Hello there everyone, this is Neil from writinghorses.com. It is Friday the 20th of August and time is 11:50 a.m. Hope you're well. Now it's been quite a while since I've done one of these daily scroll through the cards. The main reason for that is because a couple of members of staff, members of the team have been off poorly with COVID. They're all thankfully well on the way to recovery now, and we've also been putting a bumper package together over the last 3 or 4 weeks or so. The bumper package, I won't go into too many details now. Platinum members are well aware of what this entails. It's only available for platinum members at the moment because it's a very a limited amount of places that are available. If you're interested in our system picks and would like the criteria to these systems and a bonus system that has made 1,000 points to date, then you've still got a few days to jump on a platinum membership and you will receive more information over the coming days in emails. We're all done now with the package. It's all been built. All the PDF manuals, live recording, YouTube videos and everything that goes with the package is all ready, and that will be put on sale towards the end of next week. So if you're not yet a platinum member and you don't know anything about this, you do need to become a platinum member to get the chance to get one of these bumper packages that are being released at the end of next week. Well, without further ado, let's get into today's race cards, and obviously all attentions are on the main meeting at York, so let's scroll down and see what we've got. It's been a very busy period for myself and the team, and I can't actually remember the last time I personally placed a bet on horse racing. I have been having a few little accumulators on the football, and I did have a nice juicy one on come up on Tuesday. But let's see what we've got at York today. Now, ideally, obviously, I'm looking for 8 or more runners, preferably a handicap race that has got a little bit of value. So I think we're going to look even at the first race or the last race for today's. I've gone way too far, haven't I? 150. I'm just having a look at the forecast odds. See, that looks like it's going to be quite an open event, and let's just scroll down to the bottom, and again that's going to be I'm going to concentrate on the last race because, as I say, time is now approaching midday and it's only going to give you an hour or so if we do go for that first race on the card. So let's have a look at the 5:10 at York. A 7 furlong race with 16 runners going to post, and on our general ratings it looks ultra competitive. Just 10 points separates the top to the bottom rated horse there, which is Devil Wala. There are a slight draw bias for low to middle numbers, it looks at, so that could be key because there's 3 or 4 horses that are mid to high on our ratings here, but those have a high draw bias, so that's something to remember. Obviously, it's a high grade event, grade 2. So a lot of these winners a lot of these horses have got some really good form. It's a 3-year-old race. There's one course winner and distance winner, which is the top rated horse, De Jean Passot. Apologies if that is awful explanation of that horse. A number of horses that have won over the distance, which is key for 3-year-olds. We look at the OFS, we can see that Aldery is top with Royal Fleet second, but both these horses have a poor, well, not poor negative bias, but it hasn't got a slight positive bias like some of the others. Third rated horse is actually Devil Wala, but as I say, there's such a small amount between those ratings that I probably wouldn't dismiss any of these at the moment. 4th, 5th and 6th Star of Orion, 5th Chief Little Hawk, and 6th is Abduction. Top speed horse is also Abduction, with Il Bandito second rank on our speed and Cuban Dancer third. When we look at the power ratings, we can see that it's actually Rifleman that is the top power rated horse with 40. Then we have Alderay with 33 and Dijon Paso at 30. It's quite a jump there between the top and the second and third there, although the actual power rating scores are quite low, so that could be key. We can see that the jockey John and Athalie Gosden is in good form with 78% on their RTF form. Let's scroll across. We can see that Rifleman has been going up in the handicap and he's off a further £2 for the second last time out. Other horses that have got key data, Story of Orion is up a whopping £5 for a second last time out. Again, there's a slight question mark about the draw bias there. Il Bandito has gone up £5 and there's still off the same mark of 84 as it has been for the last 3 runs, but as you can see it's there or thereabouts, but find it very difficult to get its head in front. Alderay is off the same mark. Actually, Alderay looks like it was in good form and then it was put up a whopping £12, and then it went down £1 last time out, but it's you know, the form is not great there, 3rd, 5th and 5th, so maybe the handicapper is got a hold of that horse. Cuban Dancer has gone up £11, but has been thereabouts on a few occasions, but 83rd, 84th is quite a high mark. And the top rated horse has been put up £7 for its win last time out. But of course, it did win off a mark of 84, so you know, is 91 going to stop it? Probably, but who's to know? These 3-year-olds can progress very quickly. Just pop down to the one that comes out at the bottom there, Devil Wala, as is just a couple of pounds, but not much form to go on there. So that's something we really want to get involved with. Abduction. No form over the last couple of runs. Okay, so let's go and have a look at live stats for the course, distance and going. Obviously there's not going to be too much stats here because these horses are all 3-year-olds, so they're obviously limited in the amount of runs that they've had, but nevertheless we can see the top rated horse here has done well over the course and distance, but has actually not won on today's ground, which is good. No wins from 2. Rifleman, although I'm quite keen on that one, again there's not much to go on there. Isla K, we can see, has won 3 out of 3 at the distance, but not at the course. But of course, as I say, 3-year-olds, majority of these haven't ran at York. And before, barely any of these runners have actually won on today's ground. So, you know, everything has to be taken with a bit of a pinch of salt here. So let's have a look at the trainer and jockey stats. Andrew Balding, 22% strike rate. Want to pop down to the Gosdens there, 35% in the last 14 days. But we can see that 78% of these 23 runners are considered to have run to form or better in the last 14 days. Same can be said for Roger Varian. That's got a 63% run to form and a 37% win strike rate. Huey Morrison, 36%, and Owen Burrows, 50%. So let's try and build up a little bit of a picture and let's get some horses down as a starting point. So I'm going to put the top rated horse down. Dejam Paso. I'm going to make a note of the forecast price was 6 to 1. Our odds suggest for this horse to offer value should be around 8 to 1. I'm going to make an actual column, so I'm going to check the prices in a minute. Hughie Morrison's horse, poor OFS and poor speed. But the thing with Marsabit, which I'm just going to check here, has been running well consistently. It has gone up in the weights, £14. But it won off a mark of 74, won off a mark of 79, comes second off a mark of 84. It's been put up another couple of pounds today. And the one thing with Marsabit is if you scroll across, if you remember, it's one of the horses that has won, won 3 times over 6 on the distance, and it's the only horse in the race that has won on today's going. So I'm going to make a note of Marsabit. Both of these horses have got that slight draw bias. Nothing else really. Il Bandito struggling to get his head in front. I still want to have another look at Rifleman, because it is the top power rated horse. Up £2 for coming second last time out. The thing here for me is the 35% strike rate and the 78% RTF for the Gosden. So I'm going to make a note also for Rifleman. So Marsabit, as we can see here, forecast price when the ratings were collated last night was 10 to 1. Our odds suggest this horse should be around 10 or 11 to 1, so not a million miles away. Rifleman was forecast price at 8 to 1, and our odds suggest this horse should be 6 to 1 to offer value. So last night Rifleman was offering us value according to our algorithms and software. So let's pop over to the 510 at York and let's check out on some of these prices, see if there's been money for these or not. One of these fantastic pop-ups, fantastic. Dejam Paso is available at 7 to 1. So forecast odds last night were 6 to 1. Our odds suggest this horse to offer value should be 8 to 1. It's actually 7 to 1. So maybe, it's there or thereabouts. Marsabit is available at 20 to 1. So this horse has drifted from the forecast price last night of 10 to 1. Our odds suggest this horse should be 11 to 1 to offer value. So that definitely offers value. But of course, that drift is quite substantial. And Rifleman is available at 11 to 1. So opened up at 8 to 1 last night. Actual price now is 11 to 1, and our odds suggest for this horse to offer value it should be 6 to 1. But again, take it with a bit of a pinch of salt because this horse has drifted. In fact, out of those 3, the only one where there's been a little bit of money for is Dejam Paso. So I have decided I should be back in Dejam Paso and Rifleman. I'm going to dismiss, rightly or wrongly, Marsabit because it has doubled in price since last night. Yes, it is available at 14s and 16s. We're talking the bigger prices, 21 Bet Victor and Paddy Power. But for me, that horse has probably drifted a little bit more than what I would ideally like. Obviously, we're looking for value, but I ideally don't want to back a horse where it has drifted that much. So, for me, the 2 horses in this race that I shall be backing, all things considered, are these 2. Dejam Paso, top rated horse, course winner, distance winner, 3rd on the power rating. although going up in the handicap, is still in good form. A Rifleman trainer has got a good RTF there. A strike rate of, I think it was 35% in the last 14 days. There we go. 8 winners from 23. Ryan Moore on board and power rated horse. I'm happy to take on the rest of the field with those two, and I should be backing those obviously each way. Dejan Passo and Rifleman, the 5-10 at York, will be carrying a little bit of my kids' inheritance today. Whatever you're backing, the best of luck. Remember, only bet what you can afford to lose. Enjoy, and the best of luck. Enjoy your racing. I'll speak to you very, very soon. Take care.